Hello, it's Saturday. Jesse's back. We are tired, but we are making it through. And this is a video on Torchlight Infinite. This game is a Chinese-made game that was designed to be compatible for mobile as well as desktop. I'm playing it on my desktop, and so the graphics look a little funky sometimes. And it's not, the art is not for everyone. It's sort of cartoony. I have kind of got sucked into this game a little bit because I think this company is doing the right thing. They are listening to the player feedback, and they're making a lot of constant changes and balance updates. I'll showcase what a little map stage looks like. I'm not even doing like a league mechanic. I'm just trying to get to the finish line, get to the boss here. Sure, no. Commodity bubble is good. That's what we want. Okay, so I am playing the Ranger guy, Carino, Divineshot. It is a starter class. Like, it's free to play. Anyone can play this character. But I've been thinking about what I'm going to do next as far as like what character I'm going to play, because there are a couple of heroes that not only have I not tried, but I literally have never even like seen them on stream. I've never seen this game is so devoid of English content that I'm like kind of encouraged by the prospect of becoming a pioneer. Maybe not a pioneer, but like, trying something new feels somewhat encouraging in this game, because there is a chance that you could be the first person to discover something interesting. I am, as I love to do, I am the only person on the server who's playing this build. I'm playing a Bombard. Anyways, now let's actually talk about the game more generally, because that's what this video is supposed to be about. This is not a very organized spreadsheet. This is just some thoughts. So if you want to start this game, it is free to play. I'm not sure that I would, out of the gate, encourage someone to jump into this game unless you are specifically an ARPG enjoyer. Like, if you really like Path of Exile, like me, then there is a chance that you'll like this game. But there's also a chance that right from the gate, the art style and kind of the cartoony methods that they're using, some of that may immediately turn you off. But they've done a very good job of the past couple seasons, specifically this season, of making changes that make the game feel way smoother. Where even outside of performance, like obviously this game has great performance for me. I never have performance problems. But the progression of playing your character and not having to constantly stop in town, open a browser window, type in, how do I do this? Or what am I supposed to do next? Or where's the next quest? Or how do I upgrade my gear? And how do I craft? This game has got this like crazy, I think the devs are doing this on purpose, but there's this crazy amount of early hand-holding where like the first 20 minutes that you play the game, they're going to teach you effectively how to play. They're going to tell you exactly what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to click on, enemies you're supposed to kill. It's very, very clear. And I think this is a very healthy thing. And I think it's one thing that if some of the ARPG fanboys can set their ego aside, I think that it probably would be healthy for the genre to have more of this. In my situation, it was a little annoying, actually, a little irritating, because I'm like, all right, I know what to do. I know I'm familiar with these kind of games. Just let me go play and kill stuff. But I think some of the translation and then some of the quest stuff is not perfect, but it's better than it was. The big pointing finger, yeah. You'll if you play this game, you'll know what that is. It's like literally it'll have like a hand pointing on screen of like, this is what you click on. It's like, okay, make it really, really clear. And I think that's probably for mobile users. As a desktop user, I do this all day. But anyways, a little bit of downsides to this game. They really got to figure out the menuing stuff. I swear, like the pop-up windows and not like an advertisement on a browser, like, oh, all of a sudden you have something blocking your screen. No, it's not like that. It's like, if you want to engage with a mechanic, if you want to talk to a vendor, shit, I'll talk to a vendor. Okay, he doesn't have anything cool. Let's ask Patty. Patty, what is this? And suddenly I get this huge, the whole screen is now taken up by this thing. But then if you click into it, there's another pop-up right here. Then you click into this, this is another little pop-up here. And you know, and all three of these are like, this is independent of this, which is independent of this, right? But the problem is like, there's no back button, there's no hotkey. So actually navigating the menu is a huge pain in the ass. Like this is all, you know, in Path of Exile, it is very hotkey friendly. Like your inventory screens and all of the League mechanics screens and stuff, like you can click through it. It almost feels more like a traditional desktop application, like literally like a Windows application. You know, it's like you're clicking into spreadsheets and you know that your cursor is going to land there, that you can type something in. Well, this game is like, I think it's a mobile thing, but like this whole sidebar is just so fucking janky. It's unbelievably janky. But they really need like a back key. At least that's what I think they need. The space bar, close all windows is not good enough. They need a fucking back key. Anyways. Oh, and then there's some can't skip stuff. There's some can't skip animations during the quest. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you know, no one forces their players to watch animations anymore. Like, let me skip this shit. I was super irritated by some of that. Inconsistent auto loot. Dude, the fucking loot. So this game has auto loot, which is, some people are going to hate that, you know? Some sort of old heads, diehard Path of Exile stands would suggest that it's a huge detractor from the game and it heavily encourages botting. And in a game where the economy is somewhat important, you know, botting is I mean, I don't know how they're going to deal with bots because this game is so bottable. You just click the button, and then you go and you zoom. And in a lot of builds, you don't even have to click many buttons. You can just hold down the mouse key and farm, and your auto loot will just pick everything up for you, which is unhinged. But it is what it is, and it's a little bit inconsistent. The item filter that I'm using is like their default filter, which also is a little inconsistent. I think some of this stuff will just get better over time as it gets more fleshed out, but it's hard to say. Yeah, the trade house still sucks ass. I mean, I could do a whole separate video about the trade house, but bless their hearts, they just cannot figure this shit out. I keep circling back to the mobile thing, but I think the trade house, the reason it is so bad is because it has to be mobile friendly. Like, let me show you how to type numbers into the trade house. It's like, holy shit, it's so bad. So let's do advanced. Let's say I want a Dex helmet that has Dex on it. So I type Dex here and I hit enter. Oh wait, enter doesn't fucking do anything. Just kidding. I have to click this. I can't actually hit enter. I have to click this. Okay. And then once I've clicked this, I have to click again and I have to click into this. And then I can type the numbers. Wait, no, I can't. I can't fucking use my keyboard for anything. I have to click 5-0, confirm. Everything has to be clicked. So this is like, as a desktop player, it's my literal fucking nightmare. Like, please let me use my keyboard. Please let me use my keyboard. Some other benefits here, some boons. Easy to get started with crafting, improved and updated mapping, better, smoother progression. Can get upgrades in the ground. So because you don't have to identify items right on the ground, if an item falls, you can actually hover over it and say, oh, look, that item is better than the one that I've got. So you can just click on it off the ground and go into your inventory and use it. In Path of Exile, the idea of picking up a piece of gear off the ground and then just wearing it and like using it for the rest of that map, it literally never happens. Quite literally never happens. Which is so, and one of the things I really irritates me about Path of Exile. The crafting, every time you craft, you are starting an item from absolute zero. Where in this game, you can take an existing item and you can improve it and it doesn't break your bank. You can just take an item and be like, oh, I want to make this item better, than keep it. And you can do that because crafting in this game is way more palatable and it makes way more sense. Anyways, what else we got? This game is new, and so every time a new game comes out and they're making the seasonal patches, and which is why I also have a benefit of the doubt for Diablo 4. The new games, it feels better to come back and play the games that just came out within the past year or two. It just feels better because you know that they have improved things that pissed off the players. Because believe it or not all devs are like inherently like evil, like, oh man, we want to punish the players. Like, no, if the players don't like something, chances are that they will have made it easier, made it smoother, made it more convenient. Or even if they don't like something, they just take it out of the game. A lot of devs do that as well. Shout out to the Darkest Dungeon 2 devs for taking away the forced movement of the stage cart or whatever, carriage. Can remove the XP penalty, pay to win. Yeah, it is what it is. This game is a pay to win game. No portal or ID scrolls, just huge W. It's just insane that they still have portals and IDs in Path of Exile. I found a couple bugs in this game, but I find bugs in Path of Exile too, so it's not that big of a deal. Being an ex-QA engineer as my career, I just find bugs in games. I find bugs all the time. And then you don't have to freaking roll your maps. I don't know why I love this so much, but in Path of Exile, one of the things that really irritates me is having to go back to your stash all the time. I don't know, it feels like there's a lot more player bullshit as opposed to this game where you pretty consistently can just run up to the map portal and just go. Like you can click a couple buttons maybe, but otherwise you just go. It feels much more effortless, at least in my experience. But yeah, that's it. We're going to try to roll a new character here. That's like my last thing that I'll say. So I have like 100 of the little hero emblems. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm kind of on the fence. There are a couple that I was looking at and doing research on, but I love starting a project. It's kind of fun to like try something new. And so I think we'll buy one of these new heroes probably after we're done recording and seeing if try to experiment leveling up somebody else. Anyways, that's it for me. Y'all have a happy and safe Saturday. Peace.